Look at that.
Nice.
Magic.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful.
I'm not leaning because
It's not screwed in place yet. I'm Maya, and this is Aladino. We've spent the last 2 years refitting 2 boats on opposite sides of the world. That's a long story. But finally, one of those boats is in the water, and we're getting ready for a summer of exploring Scandinavia. But we have one last project before we go, and that is turning our boat into a home with the help of a very talented artisan.
Awesome space.
It's night in the city.
Take some measurements.
On my way back home.
Good morning! We are currently in Maidenblick, on the west side of the IJsselmeer. And last night we slept on our brand new V-berth cushions for the first time after having our first sail on our own boat in about 2 years. So things are really looking up. And today we're gonna go learn a new skill. You may remember briefly meeting our friend Chris at the end of last week's episode. Chris is a master upholsterer. And today we're going to his workshop and we're going to make the cushions for the saloon.
And who got up first this morning and made coffee?
Aladino, and he would like to point it out because it's the one time in 5 years of being together that he got up before me.
It was me. That's the lift. Let's elevate the cushions.
Yeah. I think the best way to tackle this is if you remove the old fabric of the backrest.
Okay.
And I will make some covers for the foam. Later on you can see me stitch it all together. But first we have to do some other stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's get started.
Okay.
Sounds good. The basic process goes something like this. First, trace around the foam. Then add 1 centimeter on all sides for seam allowance. Cut the side pieces by measuring the length and width of the foam on all edges, and again, adding the seam allowance. Cut it all out, finish the raw edges with a serger stitch, and then sew it all together, adding a zipper on the bottom back edge. Seems easy, right? Well, let's watch it all happen.
Because you don't need that for measurements or anything. Okay. And then you
So it began. Chris unrolled the fabric on the table and traced around the new foam. We met Chris, or rather first talked to Chris, over a year ago. He emailed us when we were sailing around the Netherlands. It was a short email that said he does upholstery, and if we ever needed anything done, he'd be happy to help. Well, we decided that for the upcoming summer, we'd love to have a proper bed to sleep on, so we decided to contact him for a quote. But instead, he replied saying that he didn't want any money, he just wanted to make the new cushions and maybe go for a sail on Magic Carpet, along with his lovely daughter. So that was a pretty easy deal to make, and Aladino also did some work on his boat while we were in Maidenblick as well. It was a joy to be at the workshop and get to know Chris and his family. and when it was all perfectly marked and measured, he cut it out. Meanwhile, Aladino was removing the old material from the backrests, and reverberating around the workshop was the loveliest music, beautiful soulful jazz that was calm and sad and sweet. I really wish I could share it with you, but it's copyrighted. So do me a favor and look up Madeleine Peru's Careless Love album, and you'll see what I mean. With the fabric all cut out, it's time to start sewing. This machine simultaneously trims the fabric and then seals the raw edge with a serger stitch. The thread spun around and the machine whirred, and then it was Dini's turn.
You just, it pulls it in, and you just have to make sure that this lines up. So not that you're doing it like this and try to bring it to the machine. It needs to line up. You pull it through, and you just feed it in again.
Okay.
The last bit, just open it, because this is a knife, cuts it, and you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you don't need a scissor.
Yeah.
And I will cut this off when I'm stitching it together.
Is it also oil filled?
Yeah.
Or, okay. Because it's for continuous use.
Yeah. Industrial.
Yeah, totally.
Wanna try?
Sure.
Always put the velour up.
Yep.
Otherwise, the machine will damage the
Oh, okay.
the velour. Try it.
Yeah. That's my speed.
Meanwhile, Chris worked on attaching long zippers so that we can remove the covers whenever we want. An incredibly complicated part of this process is determining the correct way for the velour to lie. This is a kind of two-tone velour, the kind that you can draw shapes into, but it means that the fabric must all lay in the same direction or otherwise the colors won't match. It's harder to get this right than it may seem, as you have to think of how each piece will sit on the three-dimensional final product. Aladino's next task was to mark and cut out the bottom panels for the cushion covers, which will be made out of this breathable black material. Over at the machine, the cushions were nearing completion. Hey, is that the first one done?
Yeah.
Incredible. That took what, like 1.5 hours?
I don't know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Something like that.
One, we prepped, did the mise en place for all the material of all of them.
The mise en place. Because of the carefully measured seam allowance that Chris added to all the fabric, he could sew with confidence, keeping the seam at an equal distance from the edge and knowing that it would work out. As he sewed, he also had to hold the fabric tightly. Velour has a tendency to walk away. The little threads all over the surface act as legs, and the fabric can easily shift. I learned that it's actually one of the most difficult fabrics to work with for this reason. This one has a curved edge, which adds extra difficulty.
Put it in a diagonal. So that's what's happening here. So this won't fit in one time. You just have to keep checking if we still line up. And you got the working of the velour. So this is the most difficult part of the whole.
Because this one is a curved side, and
Yeah.
so you've got
As
that
well.
diagonal cut.
Yeah. So you always look. This is the stretch, and if you take it here.
Oh yeah.
And so this is the final stretch.
This is the final.
And now, all before lunchtime, 2 beautiful new cushions. Are you happy, Deanie?
So happy.
Me too. And it was amazing to watch you work, Chris, because prior to this experience, it was an absolute mystery and magic to me how cushions like this were made. And it's still a little bit of a mystery and magic, but I understand at least the steps now,
Yeah.
how it all is constructed. And now the last step is for this, what do you call it, Chris? The foam, the fuzzy
Dacron.
stuff. Dacron. But not sail material.
Nope.
Well, sail material, but in a different configuration.
To wake up before history brings tears, before love aims its arrow straight at me.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
And I know where that leads. Have I been an easy target? Didn't I try my hardest? How did you find out my heart?
The fit
Look
is
at that.
perfect. And I'm still a bit confused how that actually happened.
Really solid.
Incredible.
It really is.
And presenting to you, ladies and gentlemen, magic.
Cool.
Standing ovation.
Wow. Thank you so
Fantastic.
much, Chris. Let us be here, show us, teach us, help us.
No worries.
Thank
Absolute
you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Super fun to do. But we're not there yet. Because we have the...
The backrests.
Backrest machine.
These will be a bit different because these are mounted on hard boards and they will have buttons. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. But first we added Dacron over the foam. The foam here doesn't really get compressed, so it was still in good enough shape to reuse. With careful and applied pressure, the fabric gets stapled down. Even this isn't as simple as it looks. The fabric must be pulled evenly all around to avoid creating puckers. The corners get folded and secured. And then there's this machine. You'll see what it's for in just a moment. This machine creates fabric-covered buttons, which will secure the backrest foam in place.
And eyes I could draw like in one, but my
Easy enough, eh?
Yeah. I think I
This one
understood.
with the eye downwards.
Yeah. Because that's what you want free afterwards.
Take away your hand.
I like to supplement the dark. In truth, there's my light. In truth, there's my fire, burning me down. It's burning me down. It's burning me down, down. It's burning me down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down, 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 down. It's burning me down.
Chris drops this long needle straight through the holes drilled in the board and then attaches a button on a string. He pulls it back up and secures the string with staples. Like this, the buttons are quickly installed.
You'll create us like crawling
So cool.
Really just incredible.
It looks really good.
Gorgeous.
The last one. Ready? Ta-da!
Nice.
Oh, it's stunning.
So that's what it felt like when the previous owner got the boat 45 years ago.
So, we are back home, ready for the installation.
Oh,
Nina is here with us.
you got it?
Hi, Nina. Boat life is suiting her just fine.
Klein merketjes.
It fits, right?
Wow.
Wow.
In comparison with the...
I know, yeah.
we need to do that. Okay, last one.
We really couldn't be happier with this. The boat has gotten instantly more beautiful and more comfortable. Chris's talent and kindness was really wonderful to behold. So Chris, thank you so much for this gift that we will quite literally appreciate every single day. So, obviously, we love it. Having these new cushions in the boat has just really made it feel like a new home. I mean, we've got a new fridge now. We have new cushions. I mean, Magic Carpet is barely recognizable. This is going to be an amazing summer, and oh, I cannot wait to share it with you. So, Chris, huge thank you. This was absolutely amazing. Of course, we took him and his daughter and his wife sailing on Magic Carpet, although we didn't get to film that, but that was really, really nice. So, we're leaving here with a lot of happy memories and a brand new aesthetic in the boat. So, coming up, we have a summer of adventures. Now, of course, these episodes are never quite real time. They are always delayed a little bit, so by the time you're watching this, it will probably be towards the end of summer, but in YouTube time, we have a summer filled with Nordic adventures. The plan is to go up to Scandinavia and to explore mainly Sweden. That's sort of like our big goal. We want to get to Sweden and see what's there. But on the way, we're going to see a lot of Denmark. We are going to somehow get to Denmark, and that's actually a part of the adventure as well, is deciding, are we going to cross the North Sea and sort of get up to northern Denmark, or are we going to take the Kiel Canal, which is actually in Germany, but it's sort of on the southern end of Denmark, and then get out to the southeastern part of Denmark. It sounds a lot more interesting to cross the North Sea and sort of get north quickly. And then we can go through something called the Limfjord Canal, which looks like a really interesting canal. It's not actually a canal. It's a series of saltwater bays. You can sail through the whole thing, so not typical canal travel. But yeah, anyway, that's all to come. It's basically just very weather dependent. We don't want to cross the North Sea in a big storm, of course, so we'll see what the weather's doing. Next week we have a video coming up in Harlingen, which is still a Dutch city, but it's sort of the jumping off point to leave either to the Kiel Canal or across the North Sea. So exciting adventures coming up. We have music, we have traveling, we have sailing in gorgeous places, exploring new countries. I cannot wait. You guys have no idea how happy I am to be out here again. You know, the refit videos, I'm lucky to be able to make them, but this is where my heart lies, and this is why we're doing the refit. So huge thank you for being here. Huge thank you for watching. We have some good stuff coming up. Thank you for being a patron. If you are a patron, the patrons really keep this channel alive, so thanks so much. And our Patreon updates are always in real time, so if you're curious what's happening in real time, Patreon is the place to go. Every Tuesday we post a new real-time update, article, vlog, often an article when we're traveling with some photos that never gets published anywhere else, so that's Patreon exclusive, and you can join for as little as $2 a month. It's very much up to you how you decide to join, but we really appreciate that a lot. Okay, I think that's all for now. I'm going to sit down and do some editing on our beautiful new saloon furniture. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. Extra big thanks to the folks whose names are now appearing on screen. We will see you all for a summertime of adventures. I cannot wait. I promise you that the adventures will be grand. Talk to you all next week.